Hey guys, it's Anthony Parent, and I'm going to give you a tour of Tyler Mill. Now this video is for the town council. I gave Christina Todd a tour last Saturday, and there's some things I want to show you, and I know you guys are really tight for time with campaign season going on. Now what I was going to do is I have my boys over here, and we have their dog, and we were going to go into the trailhead. This is one of the main trailheads here. I'm parked at Woodhouse 2. This is one of the main trailheads. Now one of the things though is that as we go over here, you'll see there's absolutely no crossing whatsoever. There's no pedestrian crossing whatsoever. And these cars are going by, that was probably 45 miles an hour. And my boys don't want to cross here, they're too scared because the traffic is jamming by here. And if you notice, you actually can't get to the trailhead straight across there. You have to go around all the way that way. So it's quite a harrowing experience. Why this is this way. We got to ask ourselves why this is going on. This is the main southern trailhead, by the way. There's one on Maltby Lane, but it's pretty inaccessible. So this is probably the second most used way people use in here. Now we're going to go to a little less known way in that's safer, but very few people know about it. Okay, so we are now at Woodhouse 1. We've parked here. There's absolutely nothing to indicate that this is connected to Tyler Mill anyway, but there is a sign over here, and you'll notice it says, dogs must be on a leash or owners' handlers are subject to a $92 fine per violation of CGS 22-364. Please clean up if you're a pet. That's what we have. So we have Summer on a leash. Now, does that sign, what is that sign attached to? Right? What does that sign attach to the entirety of just Woodhouse, which would make sense? I think you would want to have dogs on a leash here. And hey, there's a user. He has common sense. We don't need to tell people to do that. Years ago, without any input from actual users, the Conservation Commission decided on their own to institute a leash, whatever ordinance in the entirety of the 1,200 acre Tyler Mill. Here, you gotta stand with me. Just go in front of me, bud. There you go. Thanks. You might want to turn it so you can see me because you're. There you go. Forget it, right? I think that's pretty good, I think. All right. Look at her. And oh yeah, by the way, we're Summer's a little bit shaken from all that traffic from across the street, so I have to hold her. She'll feel a little bit better when we're in the woods, I think. She's a little shaken. So yeah, we're walking across. Oh, don't walk on the field. There's a soccer practice going on. This field we're on is actually really wet a lot of the year. My feet are kind of wet right now. Are your feet wet a little bit?
Not yet.
Not yet. And again, you got to know that these trails are here, and turn the camera that way. Show them like can you even see where the trails are from here?
No.
Can you see, right? There's no way to know.
I forget where they are.
Right? Now I happen to know some of these I built, so I happen to know where they are. Yeah, so this is the safer way in to Tyler Mill, where you feel like you won't get run over by a car, but it is a little crowded. It gets a little crowded at soccer time. I think this is like the best field in town for soccer. So we're close to the woods. Hopefully Summer's calmed down. She does love it here. She does. All right, so now, oh, this is funny. Which trail is it? Wait, there's a trail there. There's two trails there, and then there's one trail there. You know which trail it is? It's this trail. Yeah, door number 3. What's that? All right, so Summer is off the leash right now, and she's feeling relaxed. So we know the way across. We're gonna go. And there it is. We got a little bridge across. Oh, wait, that's a precious little bridge. There we go. And this is a bridge that my group of fellows, we built this one and put it in. Like other bridges around Tyler Mill that we put in on our own, just to make the place a better place. And we just like to be able to do that. Now, unfortunately, members directed by the Conservation Commission removed some of our bridges. And we know that. We know they did that. And we don't know why they think that helps. Go left, boy. So for some reason, they didn't decide to take these ones, right? And it's really unfortunate that we have that sort of counterproductive idea here. This is one of the most beautiful places around. It's unfortunate that the lack of access is the reason why people don't know why it's so beautiful, and that's what I want to fix. That's what everyone here we want to fix. Now, we're walking at Morse Rock, and it's Morse Rock, Google, not Moss Rock. Who did that? No. Morse Rock. Trust me on that one. So Morse Rock is up to my right up here. And years ago, one of the original trail builders, Ed Charbonneau, who unfortunately passed, he built a trail right down kind of the face of it. And then there was a talking to I was asked to give to Ed about that. It wasn't really the greatest trail, and people didn't like the way it looked. And Ed was an incredible writer. He really was. So it's just something, we kind of took care of. And I said, Ed, just let's let that trail die. And then the town put up a sign, no trail building. But the situation was already solved. Like, you didn't need the sign. Like, I already talked to him. I knew who did it. And now, actually, the trail we're on right now is actually a quad trail. ATVs. This trail right here sprang up in the 80s. And you could tell the banks from the quads. I knew some of the boys who rode here, then boys, my contemporaries, that rode in here. I won't disclose names, but pretty much knew everybody who rode in here. So what trails the ATVs created back then, and the ones that came later. Okay, so now I want to show you where we're at. We're at where we were gonna originally cross. Now here's another bridge we made over this. We put this one here. I think Ken did this one. And so this is where we were parked before. So we have to hop the guardrail. Oh, hopefully don't die. Oh, stick your head out behind that. Yeah, so this is pretty nutty. You can't really say, because this, look, here's the main access point. Now there is signage down at the corner of Woodhouse at 150 and East Dayton Hill Road, but there's no parking. You can't park anywhere. There's a gate. You can't park in front of the gate. So that's not even possible. So now you get to here. Now, by the way, let's get to here. What does this even say? It says, the woods have changed, proceed with care. What does that mean? Okay, thanks. Tyler Mill Preserve, Blue Loop, 1.1 mile. Okay, so I guess all we have here is a blue loop. We have 1,200 acres. Apparently all there is a blue loop. Oh, wait, where's the blue loop? Okay, let's go have fun on the blue loop. Was it marked over there, blue loop? Oh, it's, okay, no, there it is. So the blue loop goes up, but what's this? That's not blue. It's kind of blue. Was that what they mean by blue? Maybe, all right, let's go this way. Boy, they said blue loop. They got funny names for blue here. What's up, bud? Do you want to take the camera now? Yeah, all right, here you go.
Hi. And we are at Tyler Mill right now. We like right now. And Summer, she is loving it, I think.
Watch your feet. There's little roots here. You can
Say
who's Summer. Summer is with that.
Summer, she's my, she's like our dog. So yeah.
And she loves being in the outdoors.
Yeah, she's really happy right now.
Yeah, and I just like snap things away from my brother for no reason.
She loves all the different smells.
Yep. It's very Not really my style, but I love it.
Well, let me show something up to the right here. So up to the right, we have a beautiful tailless slope of Morse Rock from up here. It's really some incredible stuff in there. And there's something I'm going to tease. There's something really special up there that you probably don't know about. We're going to go up and check it out at the top. I don't think I told you guys. And you might have overheard me talk about it. There's something up there. We're going to check it out. And it's a real, that now kind of gets a little magical right here. You kind of feel the magic, right? You have like the moss. It gets very serene. Oh yeah. Look at this. This is nice. This is money. What's up, bud? Yeah. This is one of the nicest, most meditative parts. Now, unfortunately, if you do look up to the right, Morse Rock is up there, and probably Sheehan High School kids threw beer bottles off of that. I don't think the Minor Hall kids would do that.
Yeah,
but
probably.
Yeah, there's a lot of, it wouldn't be a bad idea to go through. I picked up enough of my sins for sure. Now, where we are, oh my, you know where we are right now? Yeah. So we would party here in high school. We would park at Woodhouse Field, and we would just walk in and sometimes drag a keg of beer. And we would set up shop right here. That was a while ago. And the woods part is good. You don't need the beer part so much. That's kind of neat. Anyway, what happened? So this is one of the worst examples of trail stewardship in the world. This is sort of this is so bad. So here we go. This trail used to just end here. What it actually did was used to go down. It ends just right here, and the only way to go, originally, you could go straight, but the trail's decayed, and then you were forced into a water crossing. Every trail user is forced into a water crossing. Then one day, and it was about 2001, quads came, and they made this trail here, up. They made this trail up this ridiculous steep fall line. That's what the quads did. This trail isn't a trail. It was a quad that was tired of getting stuck. And so here you go. Look at this. Look at this. This is a trail. That is the Blazed Blue Trail. Look at this erosion. This is one of the worst trails you could possibly imagine. And not only that, so friggin' dangerous. The fact that somebody would blaze this is comical. And here's the thing. Let's get into that. This is how these blazes came into being. The Conservation Commission applied for a grant to increase public access at Tyler Mill. So how many new trails were built with that grant? $48,000. I believe it was 48. How many new bridges were built with that grant? The answer is none. There was actually no new access. All they did was blaze these things. Things like this. For $48,000, they blazed trails that were built illegally by ATVs, which would be okay. A lot of trails start off, not so legitimate. But really? Do you ever see this thing in the winter? It's ice. It's dangerous. Someone comes here, their choice is the water or this. So now what happened was, what happened is we created a safe alternative right here. So this one, we just walk here. So, and this used to be the trail. The trail used to go straight, but for whatever reasons, oversight, negligence, the trail grew in. And so we reopened it. Now, the Conservation Commission has a problem with us reopening trails that once existed. Their feeling is that the only official trails are the trails that were blazed as part of that grant. Now, if you noticed, those blazes sort of weren't really blue. They were blue. That was a different trail. The blue trail went the other way in an absolutely stupid loop of even worse trails, going straight up Morse Rock and then straight down. And we're going to do part of that, and you'll see just how nonsensical that you can't call this a trail system at all. You can't. This is just sort of a random parts of trails that don't connect, meaning users don't come. Users haven't come here. Use is down. You know that? Use is down here. This is the greatest resource this town has by far. And it's the most negligently, recklessly overlooked thing possible. So here we are. This is stunning. So this whole gorge, right? We have the whole Muddy River to our left here. And through Tyler Mill, it's like 2 miles. Through Tyler Mill and Burtini, you have 2 miles of beautiful gorge. And how much of that has trail next to it? Not a lot. And we just want to make more so people can enjoy this. I mean, oh my God. It's something else, I gotta say. Got some cool eraticas over there, some rocks formation here. Yeah, this is a very enchanting part. It's calming my rant down, right? What else we want to say? You guys want to say anything to them? Yeah.
Hi again. My name is Ellis, and we all, well, if you guys heard what my dad said, I think he's not like hitting or like anything, but yeah. And
oh, check this out. So what do we have here? This is Princess Pine. That's what all this little stuff is. It grows kind of twirly like that. So Princess Pine. That's pretty nice. We don't have to go too far for Princess Pine, do we? So we're coming to the end of our diversion, and we come to the Blue Trail. Okay, here it is. Now that goes down, that'll have to be another tour. We don't have time for that. We're gonna go back this way towards Morse Rock. Now this was an ATV track. This absolutely was, but it's not a bad one. And it was co-opted legitimately, but it's not a bad trail because it's not that steep. The problem with trails is when they're steep. Now, this is the thing. Mountain bikers don't like steep stuff. We really don't. Maybe steep sections here and there, like a roller or two. But for the most part, we don't like it too steep for climbing or going down, because the thing is, you do all that climbing, you don't want to blow your vert. You kind of want to milk it a little bit and get a little more enjoyment out of it. And bikes roll so efficiently, a small pitch goes a real long way, and that's kind of the fun of it. So you want to build very gentle trails for the most part with berms where you don't break a lot. Now the thing about these trails is they're incredibly sustainable because you're sort of hitting it every sort of which way you could. You know, you're making them bermed out so people don't need to break and move things around. And what's the other thing I was going to mention about that? And again, you don't have the high pitches you don't have the steep pitches that hiking trails typically do. Hikers don't have that much of the disadvantage. When a trail goes very vertical, there's not a lot of disadvantage to being a hiker. You're just like, oh, you're just sort of walking. On a bike, it's ruinous. Like anything too steep, it's just not fun. It's just not fun to ride up. So you want it not too steep. And that's what you actually see. The trails that are most non-sustainable are always hiking trails. Always. Because hikers think differently. They don't have the same constraints. So it's nicer to have a trail system designed by mountain bikers because they accommodate everybody a little bit better, whereas hikers they just care about it being a hiking trail. There's no added incentive for inviting other people in there. And so they're often the wrong choice for multi-use trails. And you can actually see, guys, what would you say the trails at Sleeping Giant?
They're kind of like messy.
Yeah.
And
so some of them are
like,
cool, but
there's many routes, and We went there when it was below freezing.
Well, at one time we did.
Yeah, and there was ice all over the path. And then there's something with dogs, and it was very hard to walk.
Yeah, there's incredible amounts of erosion at Sleeping Giant. You know, it's just that hiking trails just degrade rapidly over time. Now we're back to an intersection where this is that steep trail. Okay, that goes, now this is also, this entire thing was a quad, that this grant just went and blazed quad paths. That's what it did. I mean, that's, and you can see there's this, just a quad path that they blazed. Now we could approach it from this way so people can see how steep it is. It's downhill. So this is not a very dignified trail, if we say. It doesn't flow with the land whatsoever because it was ridden by a stupid kid. Ugh. And they blaze it. No offense, but kids kind of, you know my point. They blaze some kid's whim, and I probably know the kid. He's probably 49 years old now. He probably laughed. He would laugh so freaking hard. Oh my God, I gotta find out who did it. Like, what? What trail? He wouldn't remember what I'm talking about. So it dips down here.
It's very steep.
Right, now this part kind of has, now here's the thing though, right here though, check out this, like this feeling of the view. This is beautiful. The terrain is incredible. And you know, the Morse Rock is sort of an island around a flatland. So it's a really, really interesting place inside an interesting place. Tyler Mill is just an incredibly weird, interesting place, and this is one of the weirdest. So, yeah. So there's, now we drop down, right? Here it is. So imagine this, you're walking with anyone in the world who's not insane. And you're coming along this trail, and this is the thing, it's out of character with the rest of the trail. It just drops off here. You drop off into this nonsense. And so it's, well, this isn't even the worst part. The worst part is further below. I don't really feel like climbing back up. Again, you know, I'd love to give you a tour in person if you have the time. I'll show you these things in person. Yeah. You want to take it? All right, okay, Ellis wants to use, Ellis.
Right here. Very nice. So, if Cookie will see, is watching. And also, tic-tac-toeing. I am your most biggest fan ever in the whole entire university. Bye.
So here's something I didn't notice when we're going the other way. But here's a tree that was fallen, right? And it's blocking the trail. Now the thing is, this tree is always going to be here. And the reason why it's always going to be here, no one's going to remove it from the trail, is because the people who do the trail work are us mountain bikers. And us mountain bikers don't care about this trail. This trail can die as far as we're concerned because it's not sustainable. It's that simple. It's not good for anybody. So we're more than happy to let this one expire because it's an irresponsible trail that is so dangerous and inappropriate. So now we're going back up. We're going to try to find our way up to Morse Rock, the top of Morse Rock. Was there a sign that said that? Oh, I think in the front there was a sign that said Morse Rock. Did it? I mean, it's kind of like an important thing. And again, there was no trail map or kiosk to show us anything. I believe the last trail maps were printed in 2012, I think, off the immediate obsolete grant map, because that grant intentionally did not include every trail, which is so dangerous. Think about how dangerous that is. Someone's looking at a map, they're trying to figure out where they are. Okay, it's the next right. Well, is that next right on the map or not? You see how absolutely reckless that is. That's so dangerous, and it's inexcusable. And that is somebody who does not want this place used. Has to be. Has to be. There's no other reason. Tell me the reason why. So we're going up this trail. Again, this was quads. This was quads in the 80s. You know, there were trikes first. There were trikes. The guys did have the trikes first. I didn't have that kind of money in the 80s. You know, I spent it on fireworks and stuff, frivolous items. All right, now we're getting some kind of nasty, rooty stuff as we're going up the fall line a little bit more. This isn't even a hiking trail, right? This was just, again, some kids tooling around from East Dayton Hill Road on their quads here, and some guys over from where are they, on Fox Run. They would be over here. Now you get how steep this is. There you go.
And all these pebbles, if you're coming down the trail, you can slip, and this can really hurt you.
So somebody's supposed to, you know, actually walking down the trails is much harder. Because if you you can fall going up, trust me. But, I mean, this is just, how do you, there's broken glass. I don't know if you guys picked that up, but watch your hands, guys, because there's broken glass.
Okay.
So. Yeah, oh yeah, so did you know the median age of the Conservation Commission is 69 years old? No, I think when I'm 69, I'm still gonna be kicking butt. So, but there are 9 seasoned citizens who don't seem terribly active. Might not be the appropriate task force. So again, here we are. This is where we get to the top of Morse Rock. Absolutely stunning. We have the basalt. Let me see that. So really, the feature that we have is the weathered basalt with the lichens growing in here. And even in the winter, you find your green up here. You know, you get a little bit of hope. You kind of come up here, squint your eyes a little bit, and it's just beautiful stuff with a lot of moss. Very, very enchanting, is what I would say. And Ellis is up at the rock. Oh, it looks like a quad has been up here. So illegal ATVs. Hey, wouldn't you know it? Illegal ATVs had no problem riding illegal ATV trails. So
this is a great spot for a picture.
yeah, well, this is where, like, you know, having a little platform. I mean, this is just one of the most beautiful places in town.
Like if you added a deck, maybe.
Yeah, if you had a little deck for a picnic here, you have these weathered cedars growing into the rock. Look at that. It's just, like, where are we? Then you look down here to the south, and you can make out, I believe, I think that flashing light over there is East Rock behind Peters Rock, or whatever that's called, that in North Haven. And there's that sunset. Right behind that is Burtini Park. That is also a town purchase. That was also built for public recreation, and we'll have to do a totally different tour for this. But this is just an awesome spot. And you know, the difference now between high school is that where we're looking now, the trees weren't as big. You would see a lot more houses on Wheatfield. Right now, you're only seeing one. So that's really a big difference than the amount of trees and foliage have come up. Now let's try to see if I could show you what we're talking about. That surprise. We have that little treat. I want to tell you a story about this guy. It's sort of the guy was real. He was allegedly a Frenchman, a Canadian maybe. And the guy just wandered around this part of the country in the 1850s, 1860s, 70s, kind of like that. And he wore a suit made of leather. And the thing, we're gonna head down, bud. He sewed together leather patches when the thing would fall apart. I mean, it was all patches basically. And you can see this is a pretty harrowing trail here, filled with, this is the, whatever this is supposed to be. This is the hiking, this is a hiking trail. You know that because it's steep and unsustainable, right? You already knew that one. There's a way to get up here that would make actual sense. You could get a beautiful, sustainable trail up here. You kind of want to build like, when you're building trails, you kind of want to think like a railroad. Railroads never have that steeper grades because it's taxing on the equipment, right? Same thing with mountain biking, and most users don't want to go up and down. They just want to go out safely, get their legs working. Rugged hiking trails don't get used, and you know that if you go to the rugged hiking trails at Sleeping Giant, you know that because you could see that they're barely used because they're eroding. There's not a lot there, except the ones that are on pure rock. Those are fine. Now, where's our inn here? Might get a little crazy. Let's see if we can get in here. All right, is this it? No, we got to go. But here's some pretty cool. It's pretty. We can't go that way though. I think we got to go a little bit lower. Oh yeah, so talking to the guy who had the leather patches, right? So he just wandered and walked, and he lived in caves all throughout this area because he would go to caves in the Adirondacks, Catskills, Massachusetts, and Connecticut. And so right here, we're going to get to one of his caves. It's in over here. Oh, geez, I don't know. Oh, God, I'm not going to do that with her. We can't do that today. Unfortunately, I can only tease it, guys. It's not going to be safe for me today, so we're going to have to do that another day. Yeah, I usually come in here. In order to get to it, you kind of want both hands available, and not a scared little dog. I'm sorry, but there's a nice little Leatherman cave in there, where that would be a nice, where I think what makes Sleeping Giant so popular is that tower. You have a destination, right? You have a destination of objective, and so having a nice little trail that goes to the Leatherman cave is a nice little thing to get to. You're like, oh, we'll make that a thing to go to, right? And so right now we're looking at from the top of the Taylor slope down. There's a lot of broken bottles, I'll be honest. It wasn't me. Nope, it was kids. And so then this trail goes down the spine, and again, and the stuff is all loose, right? Barely any users here. And look, the rain has just removes so much erosion, you get these baby head rocks loose everywhere. Very few, you could tell the leaves are basically where they are. No one goes up this trail. Very few. Because it's just not fun. It's not fun. And when you're going for, a walk with your mom or somebody, you got to go to a place that, has access for everybody. Not everybody is as ambulatory as we hope. So we're getting to the bottom of Morse Rock, and there is a beautiful trail that could feather in there. And take people up nice and gently to just a wonderful, serene place. I guess serene if you don't hear me complaining about it.
And now we're already back to where we were showing
Watch
you
where you're going, man.
with the sign.
Do not fall on. Keep your toes high. Summer's having a good time there.
And you can hear the voices of the people playing soccer.
When you get down,
And
when Uli gets down.
yeah, there we are. We're back to the bridge with the sign, but not the one with the soccer field. We still have to go a little bit more to get back to that one. And go on this new trail. We're gonna go back this way.
Did you give Dallas like a turn? You're ready?
And yeah, there is a sign from Morse Rock.
Oh, it is, okay.
And it's not Morse.
It's not spelled that way. No, that's okay. At least they called it, at least it sounds correct. And I don't know, I think that could be an issue of debate, so I'd love to know who did it. I would love to hear why they think that. I'm actually not sure. But it is Morse, at least. M-O, like Morse code.
Okay, so we are doing the thing what is it going this? And it's so long, I'm not even kidding. It's 160,000. Burn. Okay, trail. Still the same. No walks yet. A lot of sticks. Cinco. Don't know if the dog's lost. Guys, where's the dog?
He's up ahead.
Okay.
So here's the thing too. So now we're, yeah. So you gotta go.
I want to hold it.
Hang on a second. Let me just. So we're back on the. We're back on, I guess, the blue, and this was I believe not a quad trail. This was actually an old road, and it's a completely different trail than the spine of Morse Rock. So you've created a loop completely inconsistent. So you want to create things that, like, here's a beginner loop, here's an advanced loop, which just, oh cool, here's some, oh here you go, some mountain bikers, cool, right on. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm pretty good. Knock it off.
Thanks.
Do you guys know this place well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Just, all right, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Are you a local?
We live in Cheshire.
Oh, cool. All right, man. Right. It's just that it's a hard place if you don't know it. That's so I just want to make sure you know, like, you can't find. Have you found your way up to High Meadow?
Where it comes out at the fields?
It's so if you go, you know where the gravity cavity is? Nope. It's on the other side of the river.
Okay.
And the trail ends there. It begins right off of Tamarack Swamp Road. When you enter the road after the intestine, you cross the road, go into the red, look for a trail that veers off. It's unblazed. That's it. Follow it all the way to the end. It's pretty advanced. It's, I mean, it's really advanced. It's got a really big gulch that's bigger than the gravity cavity, but it's doable.
Okay.
It is, yeah.
I probably know where you're. I don't know the names of these things.
Cool. Right on.
That's cool. Thanks.
All right, cool. All right. It's awesome, right? Huh? See? Cheshire's pretty high class, right? This place got it. So we're back at Woodhouse 1. Soccer's still going on, and we'll get our little summer here, and we'll call that. Oh, you want it? You have some more to say? All right. Come on, some.
Okay, so this is like the thing with the list.
All right. Well,